It's Doug Mystic Guy, just getting ready to do turns 9 and 10 of our playthrough of Touch of Evil. Yeah, it's a very eventful last couple of turns. And as usual, there are corrections I could do. In fact, like one of them, for instance, somebody reminded me that I read it, or I actually turned it around in my head. I didn't even read it wrong. But the event, A Gathering Storm, actually says to reroll non-events, and since there's only one actual event on the horseman's table, when that storm comes, the horseman should always ride, basically. But I'm not going to go back and correct these things unless they're game-changing events. There's nothing so critical we can't move on. But I do like to make note of some of those things just so that I can share them with you, so that when you're doing your gameplay of this, that you can keep them in mind. But some of the things, one of the things I had to do, I'm going to do it right away before... there's the Bargist Hounds. Yeah, so okay, I rolled a 1, which I tend to roll a lot of. So in this case, it was helpful to me. On a d6, on a roll of 4 plus, the hound is replaced. Now, this hound was actually defeated by Inspector Cook, so I'm going to take it off and take it off the board and put it away. But some highlights after mutilating horses for evil experiments is probably trying to figure out how to create yet another, I don't know, spectral horse or something. The doctor was discovered to be an agent, another servant of evil. As you can see, it's got a darkest secret. Anyway, it gave him +2 to his the hits of the horsemen, in addition to the +1 that he gives them in the +1 combat. So, and I can tell you right now, between Sophie the Vixen and that, and just the growing or the diminishing shadow track, we're going to have some challenges on our hands when it does come down to a showdown if we don't get to one soon. Anyway, that said, we're going to continue on, and we're going to start with moving the first player token. It was with Carl, so Carl is not going to be first. We're going to move that over to Inspector Cook, who is going to have a really unusual turn anyway, being that he's kind of hurt, got some damage on him. He still has another one he can take, fortunately, otherwise he'd already be dead. But he does have another, if he doesn't get out of these woods, there is going to be another hound coming his way, unless he can do something clever. So we're going to continue on with his turn and see how things go. Inspector Cook's turn. Just wanted to remind you all that he is actually stuck in the woods here, in the old woods, particularly by this card of shifting trees. It says the trees seem to bend and move, confusing you. It says place this card on your hero, which you have done. You may not leave the old woods unless you have a 4 or higher for movement, and may not escape from a fight. Roll for lingering as normal. At the end of each of your turns, stack 1 investigation on it. Now, we do have something. If he does get into a fight, it says your movement is not blocked by enemies, and you may always escape. So I think that should he need to escape, even though he can't escape the woods themselves, he might be able to escape a combat. But that's neither here nor there, because we have to roll movement first, and we did get lucky enough to roll a 4 or higher. So I guess he doesn't get the investigation tokens, but he does get to get the heck out of there. Now he does have the militia there, but he needs to get back to the doctor, and he can do that with a 4. Can he? Well, let's see. He can go here, 2, 3, 4. So he can get to the magistrate's office. So that's better. At least the hound won't catch him up there at the magistrate's office. And actually, he's with Lucy Hambrook. Lucy had an item. I got to see if he definitely wants to trade with her. It's this tools that use cunning. They're from the abandoned keep. I got to look and see. I don't recall. I don't believe that the inspector has a card from the abandoned keep in his inventory. And as I'm looking at it, oh, he does. So he cannot take that card unless he gives up his dude, good old, this guy here, Jack the servant boy. And he's not ready to do that, because if he did, he'd drop dead, because Jack the servant boy is helping him get to the doctor at this point in time. So Lucy and he are not going to trade, bottom line. He's got to make his way. Well, and actually, Lucy's not in the same space now that I'm looking at it better. She's at the doctor's location. So with that said, our good inspector is basically going to be done with his turn. Not much of a turn for him. But then we'll move on to our feisty little Katarina the Outlaw. So we're going to do that next, and I'll be right back. She's right here, and she was heading into town because she's got a ton of money. But to do that, she's going to have to fight the ghost. She has a 3 spirit. The ghost is not particularly tough in that regard, but you do have to fight him with spirit. And during a fight round, if on a d6, or if you roll a 1 or 2, the hero must immediately escape from the fight, if possible, as they're driven off by the ghastly horde. So a little tougher to beat. Her spirit's only a 3. She does have a wound on her. Maybe she'll go back. I don't know. I mean, she's got all that money. It'd be a shame not to buy something. I guess she could make her way toward the monastery and buy something there, but we got to get rid of that ghost. Fortunately, the best person to do it is on the way, and that's Carl, the soldier, because he has a 5 spirit. Let's see what she rolls first. That'll help determine. She only rolled a 2, so she can't get far. Yeah, you know, she could go to the town center and draw a couple of event cards, and choose. She gets to choose one, and but then she has to roll to see if she draws a mystery card as well. And I don't know how I feel about that either. Mystery cards are never good, or not that I can tell. She could try and take on the blacksmith, go there and take on that ghost. You know, yeah, let's give it a shot. It's not going to hurt her. Well, it could hurt her, but she's got extra wounds, and she's pretty darn tough. I'm going to gather up some dice here. She does only have a 3 spirit. So, wow, very cool. She got 2 hits in the first attack and did not get chased off by the ghost. So there's a good chance she's going to do this ghost in. I'm going to put a couple of wound markers there to mark the ghost so I can keep track of that. And then we'll do the ghost's return attack of 3. Well, okay, so the ghost did hit once, back 2. Oh, you know what? That ghost is going to die. When rolling fight dice, okay, it doesn't have to be strength-based or combat-based fight dice. So that ghost actually took 3 wounds because she rolled a 4 and 2. Yeah, so she rolled 3 hits instead of 2 because of her special ability. And sometimes it's hard to remember the special abilities. So, that being said, she did kill the ghost successfully, and she took a wound. So we're going to mark her with 1 more wound. And this ghost has been slain. If you can see that there. And then she's going to buy, like I said, my rules are that you get to draw 3 items in town and pick which one you want to buy. Man, you know, I think this is a no-brainer. Padded jacket, right? She needs a padded jacket. So that's going to cost her 6 of her investigation tokens. And she's going to take that padded jacket and add it to her collection. And these are going to get discarded. Now, this horse is actually the other horse that was experimented on is actually out of the game. So I'm going to set it aside because we can end up shuffling those other 2 items back in if we need to. Oh, she also, I always forget that. There's so many fiddly bits to this game. She does also get to draw an event card, which we have right here. She drew Hold Back the Darkness, play to add a resolve token to a town elder. Well, so this is from the coast. No, this is from Something Wicked. So we could do that. I think that might be good because a resolve token will keep them from getting killed. Or you can play to cancel any single mystery card on a d6 roll. It's not automatic. I don't like that. Play at any time if the shadow track is in red to immediately move the shadow track d3 steps away from darkness. I don't know. Let's hold on to that for the moment. See where we go from there. And that's going to end Katarina's turn for turn 9. We have little Lucy Hambrook. She's not doing too badly either. She's got quite a bit of items that are helping her out, except for this dark mark, which is no good. But she does have the endurance, which gives her an extra hit, and she heals a wound on her beginning of a turn. The tools of science, I don't know. needs to pass those off to somebody, but I'm not sure who. I guess the only other person worth passing them off to would be Katarina, who's a little bit north of her. Anyway, yeah, I think Lucy Handbrook, let's see what we get for her movement, and that'll help us determine what she does. So she's got a 4. I don't know where, let's see where she's visited. I know that the Bandit Keep, she's been to the Bandit Keep in the Manor. So maybe she'll go up and see what she can dig up out of the windmill. That wouldn't be such a bad move for her. Now, it's not. She's not going to be able to get there one turn, so maybe that's not the best move either. She is at the doctor's office. I guess she could go and increase her spirit further, making her even more valuable by going over the church, or she could actually try to offset that issue she has with the dark mark by going and getting another cunning point. Neither of those would be bad things for her to do. Again, though, she might just move over and see what items she's still got. She's got some money too. Yeah, I think she's going to do that. She's going to move up with Katarina, and she's going to trade these tools of science to Katarina. You may now use cunning instead of combat during a fight. Well, that's not too bad, because Katarina actually has a better cunning than she has for a fight dice. Combat is 2, her cunning is 3, so that's not too bad for her. Now, let's draw some town items for Lucy, see what she can get. Okay. Ooh, one is too expensive for her, which is... Okay, so tools of science to use cunning. Musket, that's 9. I don't think she has that. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, she doesn't. So the only thing she can really buy right now is this fine book of history. It's 4. And basically it does give her cunning, so it would offset that point that she's got against her. This is why you have this item. It costs you 1 investigation less to look at this Elder's Secrets. That's actually pretty effective. Why don't we do that? We'll grab that for her. That's not a bad thing. It's going to cost her 4, 2, 3, 4 of her investigation tokens to get that, to acquire the book of the town history. It does seem appropriate that the daughter of the mayor would find this book. Now we're going to discard these other 2 items for now. And that, the event card for her, because we definitely need these event cards. Expand the search. Place a militia marker at any 2 named locations. That's brilliant. We're going to definitely do that. So let me go get some militia markers, and we'll come back and we'll place them out. I have a militia marker at the Old Woods. So, you know, we're kind of exhausting some of the locations, but that could be, we don't know, those could be the lair of our bad guy too in there. So I think what we'll do is we're going to place these where people have some useful places to go. I think we'll do one at the end, because no one's really visited the inn yet, and we got lots we can do over there. And then the other one, you know, I want to say thematically, I'd like to put it at the manor house so that the people there stop getting killed, just as a, you know, militia guarding the manor house type of scenario. And that might not be a bad thing, because that still could end up being the lair of the bad guy. The other thing I could do is actually put the militia in the blacksmith or near the town center to help them, or in the monastery on the other side. But let's just, for the heck of it, we don't know. There's a lot of randomness here, so we're going to put that other militia there. And that is going to do the expanded search card, event card that we got. Okay, and that's going to officially end Lucy Handbrook's turn. Then we're going to move on to Carl, the soldier. And Carl was going to come down, kill that ghost, and do some shopping. But let's see what he rolls for movement. He rolls a 4 for movement, right there. And he's going to also move. Big party going on at the blacksmith, because we need to get our gear together and do a showdown with this villain before more elders join him or he gets tougher. Because it's going to get very hard for us if this continues. But anyway, let's see what we get for our good old soldier. Okay, well, not too bad. I think he's going to buy a pistol, because it adds 1 to his combat, and that'll give him a 6 combat and a 5 spirit. And this guy will finally be at a place where we can call him tough. So yeah, let's do that. It's going to cost him 5. to buy. Here's his stuff. He's got plenty. It's just going to take one of his 5 tokens and use those. And give him a pistol. And the other 2 are going to go away. This is, I mean, I want to say this wasn't the most active turn for us finding out things and discovering new stuff, but it has helped us to get ready for further battles against the enemy. But that being said, that's going to end Carl's and the event card. Since everybody's gone there, we definitely need to draw event cards. And of course, all the event cards are always usually helpful to us. I don't know that any are particularly bad. Play to allow any hero, including yourself, to re-roll any number of their fight dice. That's great. So, I mean, look at we're getting a bevy of event cards stocked up that we'll be able to use. So, turn 9, we're starting to get closer to a point where I feel like we could buy a layer card and take on the. You know what? I think I might have Carl do that actually. Just buy a layer card. Why not? He doesn't have to use it yet. He can just acquire it. So let me think about that, and we might cost 3. That's not even going to put that big of a dent in Carl's money. So we're going to do that. I just spent his 3. We're going to draw a layer card. Now, in a cooperative game, you can only have 1 layer card for the group. And this isn't such a bad thing for us. The Old Woods is the layer card that we drew. And we have a militia there, too, that will help us in a fight. So, if we can get somebody, maybe Carl down there, and call a showdown down there at the Old Woods, we can draw out the Spectral Horseman and see if we can defeat him. Now, currently, he's going to have, looks like a 5, 6, 7 combat, and he's going to have 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 wounds. That's kind of hard, considering that. Inspector Cook's going to get there and heal himself up. That's not a big deal. Katarina actually does have a couple wounds on her. She's going to have to go take care of that too. You know what? I'm going to backtrack on something with her. She has the Book of Medicine, and again, I've just been forgetting it. She gets to make a cunning roll, and it's 3 for her. Or is it 4? I take it back. It's 4 for her, so that's a pretty good chance she's going to get some wounds back. And so she, the first time in this tempo I got 1, so she gets to heal 1 of these wounds, and that's going to be good. We need to do that every turn, and make sure that either her or the other people in her space are getting healed. And there's a whole bunch of people right now. Of course, the other 2, our soldier Carl and Lucy, are not wounded. So I didn't mean to backtrack there, but I wanted to make sure we take care of that. It's hard to remember some of these things. So that is going to be the end of Carl's turn, which is going to put us into mystery phase for turn 9. The activity at the table, I am not putting my, I didn't put the mystery phase chart on the board because I don't want to bump something. There's a lot of things going on. I'm just going to do it here. I'll roll on the board, which I rolled a 7. Surge of Evil. Roll once on the villain menu chart and work out the results. If it's a minion or if the villain attacks, draw a random location for placement. Well, it's going to be one of the 2, and it's a 2, so it's going to be, let's move over to the minion chart. It's going to be a ghost soldier. So we're going to draw a location for the ghost soldier, the bog. Okay, so the ghost soldier, that's a pretty appropriate place for the ghost soldier to appear. He appears right there on the bog. Let me see if there's anything more. Did we place any investigations along with that? Let's see, Surge of Evil. No, we just placed the beast, the creature there. And that's going to be it for that. So now all we have to do is draw our mystery card. That's not so terrible. Unless this mystery card... Okay. And it happens to be a picture of our horseman, too. This card plays on the villain, giving him an additional hit. Can I cancel it? I think I can. Play to discard an event or mystery card that remains in play, except for during a fight round. Well, I don't want this guy to get any tougher, and this Daybreak card's been sitting around collecting dust for a while, so let's get rid of that. Why give this guy any more help than he needs? So that's going to end our mystery phase. Actually, that was nicely uneventful. For us, the first player token is going to pass from good old Inspector Cook to Katarina, our outlaw. and she's going to go next. Now she's only got 2 more investigation tokens left, so she needs to she could stand to get a few more things. She's only got 3 things right now. She might move up depending on her movement, move to another location and give another. She rolled a 2, can't go far. Let's see. She could go to the magistrate's office and try for another cunning point. That would be pretty outstanding. That would give her a 5. And then since she can use these tools of science in a fight, she could increase her cunning and heal herself better. So let's do that. Let's move her there. She's going to the magistrate's. She has she has a high honor. It's decent. It's 5. So she's going to get to roll 5 dice to see if she. And wow, she made it big time. So I'm going to go get another token for her, and we're going to increase her cunning to 2. Okay, we got Katarina with a 5 cunning. She is at the magistrate's office, so she is going to get to draw another event card. Duck and roll. Play at any time to prevent 2 wounds to any hero. That's good. Yet another thing that can help us in this battle. I think we're getting close, guys. I think we're getting close to where I feel comfortable heading down and challenging. Oh, man. You know what I forgot to do? Didn't matter. Ended up at the wooden bridge. I forgot to move the Bargest, but he can't fight anybody. Next turn, however, Katarina is probably going to be in a scrap. And I'm okay with that. Katarina can handle it. And then at the end of her turn, she also gets to roll 5 dice again with her Book of Medicine. And she got 1 5. So she gets to remove the other one. She could have removed one from Inspector Cook instead, making healing a little cheaper for him. No, that's okay. We need to get rid of them on both of them. So that's going to end Katarina's turn. Now we go on to Lucy Handbrook. Lucy Handbrook's, she's doing really well. She's got stuff. I don't think her cards are, none of her cards are from the windmill still, so she can still go there and collect some things. She could go on and decide to take on that Bargest. I don't think that's a good idea for her as much. She's still not the best fighter we have. She's just not bad. Yeah. And she can look at 10 Elder Secrets for 1 less. Okay, let's see. Well, she's perfectly healthy. Let's roll her movement and see where she can actually go. Well, she rolled a 4, so she could get all the way up to... let's go up to the windmill, see what she gets there. She got a lantern. Gives her +1 cunning. You may ignore the effects of cards with the keyword weather. Okay, so her lantern is there now. She's gathered quite a bit of stuff. Starting to get crowded on my game board here, actually, with all these cards. But so the odd thing she has a reasonable cunning of back up to 3. So not too bad for her. And for the last bit of her turn, she's going to spend one of her investigation tokens to look at. Oh my God, we only got one more guy left. Look at one of Reverend Harding's secrets. We already got Lady Handbrook there. Are you kidding me? Okay. Working in the shadows, the town elder... Okay, so basically everybody except for Lady Handbrook and those that are dead, because we just don't know. If revealed, town elder immediately flips to become an evil elder. If this elder was in your party, no. Okay, well, it looks like Reverend Harding is now another servant of evil and has become the Grand Inquisitor, adding another combat to the villain and another +1 to... guys, I swear these were shuffled well, these secret cards. Anyway, we're down to just Lady Handbrook in the town council, with 3 of the town council siding with the villain and 2 of them being dead. I don't know, actually, on that front, I don't know how much worse that could have really gotten for us. And I gotta, anyway, that's is what it is. Okay. Now, I guess that's the end of that secret for us. And we will move on. Okay. So we're only going to have one town elder join us in the fight. And even then, we have to get down we're going to have to see the shadow track go down 2 more before she'll join us, so the villain has to even get tougher. That's just great. Okay, well, anyway, like I said, makes for an interesting game, that's for sure. So we're going to move on. That was Lucy Handbrook's turn, and now we're going to move on to Carl the Soldier. Okay, everybody. Well, Carl the Soldier, he's still at the... he's still there at the blacksmith's. Let's see what he rolls and see where he can go. He rolled a 2. He might actually just go fight that beastie and get it killed on his way down to start a showdown with our villain in the old woods. He's got plenty of, he could get more stuff. He's not in a bad place. I mean, with a 6 combat, extra wound. Let's see. And he can draw an old wound. He can draw another card in the old woods when he's there too. Well, let's first go 1. He's not going to be able to get there. So why don't we do this? Maybe he'll just stay there and linger, and buy a couple more, and see if he can buy something more out of the town. He rolled a 4, so nobody attacked him while he was lingering. He got some herbs, and a book of lore. +2 honor. That's not too bad. You can discard that to immediately move the shadow track 1 step closer to or away from darkness. That's going to heal 2 wounds. You know what? These healing herbs, though, they're not adding to his honor. There's nothing in a fight with the villain that's going to help him with that. And they're only worth, it's only 3. So he's going to buy the healing herbs because in the showdown that will be helpful to him. He can discard to remove all transformation markers. He can discard at any time, except during fight rounds, to heal 2 wounds. Well, if he gets hurt fighting the Bargest, he doesn't have to return to the doctor to heal a couple of wounds up. So, not the most useful item. He could have bought the Book of Lore, but I don't know if that's going to help us too much right now. Okay, he also gets to draw an event card, because we know we need more event cards. Okay. This is a play immediate, or remains in play. Card says, let's get it to focus here for a moment. Play on any hero, including yourself, once per game round, and once per showdown in a fight round, the hero may re-roll any 1 die they have just rolled. Well, heck, he's going to take that for himself. There we go. Carl is even a better fighter than he was before. Now keep in mind that Carl also ignores the first wound in a fight, so when Mr. Bargest, actually it's going to take on our outlaw. But anyway, he can do that. And we are going to head down. I think we're going to head down and try and initiate a showdown pretty soon. There's really not much more that we can do to beef up the villain. I think we've given him every opportunity we can. Now we have to go to Inspector Cook. Okay, Inspector Cook. He is going to move to the doctors. We're going to make sure we draw his event card first. Hey, play immediately. It's only one. We get to place another militia marker. That's pretty cool. I don't mind that at all. Not that's helping us tremendously, but I think I know where I'm going to put it this turn, because it will be helpful to our friend Katarina. We're going to have a militia right there. It says on any namespace, and the magistrate's office is a namespace. So we're going to put it there. But in the meantime, our good old inspector, after telling some militiamen to go join Katarina and help defending the town center, is going to go to the doctors. We can get rid of this card. She actually, that card actually goes away. That's an old woods card, and he passed it by. Now, we have lots of stuff. Anyway, we do have to get rid of 4 wounds. So he's going to use 4 of his current investigation tokens to get rid of 4 wounds and be completely healed. That's 3 off of there, and then the 1 that's on his robes. And now he's good to go. And in the meantime, he also might as well roll his, I think, cunning of 5 to get these investigation tokens. Hey, finally, the good doctor does something right with the investigation recovery and gets 2 of those. He also gets an additional 1 because of his ability, his detective ability. So that is going to end, because Katarina was first player that turn, so that's going to end our turn 10 player round. Now we're going to go on to the mystery phase. Here we've rolled a 7 again with our mystery phase, which is Surge of Evil. It's going to put a minion on the chart. We roll another ghost. So we're going to put another ghost out. Wait, let me pause so I'm not moving the camera all over the place. Our ghost appeared at the church. That's not a terrible thing either. So we have a ghost at the church. Oh, and the Bargest will move up and fight her, and that actually happens before the rest of the mystery phase, according to the chart. They move at the beginning. Move 2 spaces at the beginning of the mystery phase. At the start. Okay, so we're going to do that first. We're going to have to take care of this fight. Now, Katarina, she's got a combat of 2. Oh, wait. She can use her tools of science and use her cunning instead, which is going to give her a 5. So she's got a fight dice of 5. I don't know that we're going to use a card. We can also use a card, but I think we're going to save those for our showdown if we can. And I have some cards to prevent wounds. So she's going to do that. Wow. Remember, she is deadly, so she hits on a 4, 5, or 6. So the Bargest, or the Bargest is dead. It takes 2 wounds. That's it. So she more than killed it. It does, however, get to fight back with its fight dice, and in that it did roll 1 hit. But let's see, can she not take that hit? I'd like to keep her. Well, you know what? She'll go ahead and take it because she can heal at the end of her turn, next turn. Before our showdown. Oh, and you know what? I totally forgot. I could use him, because she should have had another dice in her fight roll. Could use the wound on him and just kill him and avoid. Yeah, let's do that. The militia took the wound. Bye-bye, militia. Okay. And that now I have to roll for this Bargest to see. What is it if it rolls? I rolled a 1. If it rolls a, let's see, if we roll a 4+, so no, it does not come back. It goes off the board. Man, I roll a lot of 1s. That one, these tend to go in my favor sometimes, though. Okay, that ends turn 10 of our playthrough. Oh, mystery card. That ends most of our turn so far. The mystery card. There is no such thing. If Magistrate Croft is still alive, why no? He's not. Roll a d6. For every gun currently in play, including 1 town item on a roll of 4+ is removed from the game. If he has been killed or has joined the... okay. So what's happened there is he has been killed or joined the Shadow Track. So our Shadow Track is now down to 7. Man, we got to get moving because he's got a lot of hits. Now he's got another combat roll, and it's in the red. So we can take our reluctant hero, Lady Hambrook, and her ability is to ignore the first hit during each fight round. So that's pretty darn good for her, for us when she joins the party to go after the horsemen. Guys, I really think somewhere between turn 11 and 12 we'll be doing that. If I can get a decent enough roll on one of the characters to get down there, we're going to start that showdown. We only need somebody with a couple of investigation tokens to do it, and the only one that doesn't have enough to pay for the old wood card of 2 is Lucy. So yeah, I think we're getting close to having our showdown. That doesn't mean the end of the game, though. We could lose the showdown, and it could continue then, and hopefully we could get another showdown in before the Shadow Track goes down too much farther. I don't mind the Shadow Track being 1 point in the red right now because I get to bring in the last remaining town elder to help us against her once friends on the town council. So I'm not going. I do have a card that could move it up, but I'm not going to do that at this point. I will save it for later. So that is going to end turn 9 and 10 of A Touch of Evil. Thanks, and I'll see you soon. Hey guys, I just want to make one more end piece, little correction, reduction, blah blah, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, when I revealed the secret or killed these guys off, I did need to reveal their secrets. Thanks to Daniel, who's been advising me well online. I didn't correct everything that I could have corrected, but I corrected the things that would have changed the gameplay dramatically, like this. Anyway, both of these dead guys did not have secrets that would have impacted them. It did turn out the Lord Handbook was mad and crazy, and he would have been roaming all over the town had he still been alive after revealing that secret. Lady Handbook is the same. And Magistrate Croft really just had a couple little dirty secrets, nothing worth looking at. Anyway, nothing that affected gameplay. So I wanted to add that. We still have the scenario with these folks here turning to evil, turning into darkness. And I should have been paying 2 more for revealing secrets, except for with Lucy there, because she has that ability to reduce the cost by 1. But so I didn't pay enough. I'm not gonna. I might just take a couple off the players just to keep going. The main point of this playthrough, and because I told you guys in advance, I'm going to make mistakes and try and correct them as I go. This game is really about having fun and telling a story. So while it's really hard to play it perfectly by yourself and remember all the rules, it is a bit fiddly, which is not a complaint about the game. There's a lot to the game, and like I said, when you're playing with multiple people, keeping track of all the rules is actually pretty easy, because especially if everybody in the game playing the game knows the rules to some degree, because you'll catch things where you may not catch them as you're going along, and trying to remember the exact differences between the rules of a competitive game and a cooperative game like we're playing here. It gets a little tough. But anyway, I can promise you I will probably make more mistakes before the end of this playthrough, but I do like to try and correct them, at least show you what is correct. So, like when I've been paying for these secrets, it should be 1 for every hero in the game, so it should be 4 total, and does have to be paid for by the hero that is looking at those secrets. And there was a couple of cards where I should have revealed the secrets of these guys, and when they're dead, you do need to look at them, reveal the secrets, and see what's in there, because if they turn evil, even if they died, they go to the villain. Luckily, that didn't happen, so we're okay there. I was kind of dreading that, but I would have played it through just to see how it went, should that have been the case. So that is officially going to end this video, and we'll see you again for turn 11 and 12.